If there is one topic on this channel that I have ranted and raved about more than any other, it has to be Watchtower asking for money, begging for donations. I find their peculiarities, that was kind of clunky, but it kind of works. I find them interesting. And I've consumed every bit of thing that they've ever produced, talking about money. And I say this confidently. This video that they just released is the funniest, most absurd thing I have ever heard from Watchtower when it comes to asking for donations. It will literally blow your mind. So let's talk about it. Hello and welcome back to the JW Thoughts channel. My name is Wally and today we are talking about a new video just posted on jw.org talking about generosity, where donations get used, all of that good crap. Quickly before we get into it, don't forget to drop a like on the video. It really does make a massive difference and it helps it get out to more people on YouTube. All hail the YouTube algorithm gods right now. Perfect. And please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm very close to actually hitting that goal of 45,000 subscribers by the end of the year. The statistics say that it's not going to happen, but I'm a hopeful person. We'll stay positive and see if we can get there. So if you're not subscribed and you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing. It would help me out. I like hitting goals. It's a cool thing. With all of that YouTube and intro stuff out of the way, let's jump right into it.
The governing body has asked me to express their deep gratitude to you, dear brothers and sisters, for your heartfelt donations. It's wonderful to see how you make this personal sacrifice despite the uncertain economic times we live in.
And we have a brand new face on JW Broadcasting, and it's a brother, so yippity skippity doo dah. Very exciting stuff. Now, his initials are PP. Now, let's not be immature about this. Only a real dingleberry would go and make PP jokes just because his initials are PP. So we're not going to do any of that. So let's move on.
You know, it's kind of funny. Every pee-pee time is not a poo-poo time, but every poo-poo time is definitely a pee-pee time.
Generosity supports kingdom interests, brings joy to the givers, and makes Jehovah's heart glad. We would like to take this opportunity to share with you some of the incredible things your donations have helped to accomplish in Angola, the Philippines, and Venezuela.
So Mr. Pee Pee Poo Poo is really enlightening us. God has a heart, and that heart is about like Scrooge McDuck. It is only happy if it is filled with gold coins, baby. So I find it's just so amazing that they can sit there and make this blanket statement. Oh, it makes God's heart happy. Why? Why would that make God happy? Honestly, what is the function of that? He can literally do anything. If he wants to turn every potato into a brick of platinum, he can. And just hand that over or just dump some in Watchtower. He can do anything. I think there should be an oil field under Watchtower Farm so they can get rich. Anything at all to fund the work. And yet, what makes his heart happy is to see average, regular people or even poorer people give over their hard-earned kroners. Or take some kroners from, since we're talking about Norwegian currency, take some of those from Satan's system in the form of government aid. Why would he need to take money from Satan's system? The whole concept of them begging and asking for money is just absurd. And it always takes me back to that old quote from, I know probably a million people have said it a million times, so I won't even go bother digging it up. But it was an old quote from Charles Taze Russell. And he essentially said something to the effect of, the day that we need to ask people for money is the day that we know that God isn't supporting these decisions. Why would God need us to ask for money and beg for money from people? And that was the foundation of Watchtower. And if Charles Taze Russell could see this video, I think he'd have a few things to say about it.
Our need for Kingdom Hall renovations and new constructions has been outpaced by our growth. For example, during the next 3 service years, we are planning to build 135 new Kingdom Halls and renovate 140 Kingdom Halls throughout the country. Just in the past 3 years, nearly 200 Kingdom Hall projects were completed. Being available for the ongoing training to build and maintain Kingdom Halls is one way our brothers give back to Jehovah.
In the Philippines, we have responded to 23 events requiring 37 disaster relief committees just in the last service year and in the early part of this current service year. However, the relief work often extends beyond 6 months. More than 100,000 brothers and sisters were affected by 7 consecutive typhoons just within a 5-month period between July 2024 and November 2024.
Watchtower, as long as you keep mentioning how many people are affected and telling people how much you spend in disaster relief per year, I am going to continue to point and laugh at you. So let's just be super generous. Let us hop in the clown car that is Watchtower and actually take them at their word. There's no reason to do this. There's no reason to be generous, but just for fun, just for pure fun's sake to have a giggle, let's believe them. This guy just said that there were 100,000 people that were affected by a series of typhoons and hurricane storms, right? In 2023, I think that's the last time they did it. I'd have to go back and look at my old videos. I didn't see anything on the website just now when I checked, but the latest figure was from 2023. And Watchtower so boldly claimed that they had spent over, hold your breath, sit down, make sure you're not drinking a cup of hot coffee, $10 million worldwide in a year on disaster relief. So let's just do the fun game, hop in the old clown car and say Watchtower spent all of that money just for the people in the Philippines. Let's see, 10 million, there's 100,000 people affected. That's only $100 per person. $100. Now, this is being generous towards Watchtower, and that's why I think it's so funny to phrase it like this. Like, even if we take them at their word, even if we give them more than they deserve and say, okay, well, what if they just spent $10 million just in the Philippines? But they say they do this worldwide. The actual dollar amount that people would be getting from Watchtower for help is $100. It's embarrassing.
After Typhoon Nika, 2 more strong typhoons followed, Ophel and Pepito. We were not able to return to work. I felt that Jehovah did not abandon us. Right after Typhoon Nika, a brother visited our house with his entire family to help clean up and remove the fallen trees around our area. I truly felt Jehovah's love for me and the love of the brothers and sisters. I also wanted others to feel that love. So, I participate in the work projects of the Disaster Relief Committee.
Doesn't it warm your heart to see how your generosity has helped others, and they in turn display a generous...
No, it doesn't warm my heart, pee-pee poo-poo boy. And here's why. It's because you're asking people for money to do disaster relief. The organization needs this money so they can do the disaster relief. Okay, that's fairly easy to comprehend. I can get my brain and my checkbook behind such a cause. But then if you turn around to the same people that you ask the money from and then like, oh, thank you so much for writing a check for $1,000. Oh, it's going to be put to great use. Also, could you pay for your airfare and your hotel costs, whatever it is, and go and help clean up Kingdom Halls as well? Could you also participate in that? Like, so you need my money and you need me to go and pay my way to go and help these brothers and sisters out to clean up. So why did I write you the check for the $1,000 if I also have to go and do the work myself? This is the scam that they run. There's a horrible disaster. People feel bad. They think Watchtower is a charity. They write checks for $1,000 or $500 or $5,000, thinking it's going to go and help people. Watchtower takes that money and then turns around to other Jehovah's Witnesses and say, hey, can you go and help them out? Why did you need to collect all the money, bub? It's a very simple question. What the hell did you need the money for if all you were going to provide for people is a network, is a system where you can tell Jehovah's Witnesses, hey, can you help so-and-so? Can you help so-and-so? Can you help so-and-so? That's fine. That's wonderful. That's great. That's what you would find in most religious communities. But you don't need to ask for the donations on top of that, as far as my math goes.
This in turn has moved many, like Sister Cherry, to be generous while coping with trials. Some of us, however, are dealing with serious health challenges, along with economic uncertainty, high inflation, crime, and food insecurity.
During
the worst part of the economic crisis, we saw Jehovah's hand when we were helped by a relief committee organized by the branch. Our wonderful global brotherhood was alerted to our needs, and on some occasions, we received some financial aid, packages, letters, videos, and phone calls that greatly lifted our spirits. Before the country could emerge from the crisis, the pandemic arrived. During the pandemic, once again, brothers came to our aid. We currently have a small business where we sell a very popular sweet drink in the country called chicha. The situation in the country is still far from ideal, but we have complete confidence that Jehovah will continue to care for us as he always has.
Economic uncertainty is still a challenge in Venezuela. Yet, as of July 2024, relief efforts have been discontinued, and the local brothers are again able to care for their basic needs. How is this possible? Well, many have responded to encouragement from the branch office for publishers to plant small gardens to help feed and support their families financially. At the beginning, there was some hesitancy regarding these initiatives, but by March 2024, publishers from 1,087 congregations reported a total of 16,457 seeded yards or gardens.
Sorry, I just watching that a second time. It got me the first time, and watching it the second time, it got me again. There's actual tears in my eyes. Holy crap, you heard him correctly. Well, we stopped sending any relief, probably because there wasn't any initiatives by the government that we could capitalize on and try to make it seem like it was coming from the organization. So what did we do? We told people to go in.
Yet, as of July 2024, relief efforts have been discontinued, and the local brothers are again able to care for their basic needs. How is this possible? Well, many have responded to encouragement from the branch office for publishers to plant small gardens to help feed and support their families financially.
I just can't even believe he said that. What universe are we living in? Oh man, economic conditions, people can't feed their houses. What should we do? I don't know. We have about $6 billion worth of stock. You think we should sell that? Nah. Let's go and tell them to plant a garden. The greed of these, you insert your own expletive. The greed is so insane. I will never get my head around exactly why they are hoarding so much assets and cash. Why are they hoarding it? It doesn't really make sense. You know, a normal company, they're going through a hard time. You can do some corporate restructuring, right? And you can drum up a little bit of cash to pay your debts or whatever. Watchtower, it is well within your ability to do some corporate restructuring and come up with some cash. Like, do we need a $200 million movie studio? Or do people need food? Do we need the Good News According to Jesus for a, 17, 18 part series that's just a worse version of Chosen? Like, it's completely unnecessary. Do we need those things? Or do people need food? Do people need medical care? Do people need housing? Oh my God. But instead of that, it here in 2025, you heard it right from Watchtower's own mouth. They don't help people. They tell them to go and plant a garden. You can't make this up.
These practical initiatives have enabled many brothers and sisters to obtain necessary food or income, and in the case of many, to share products with others. We rejoice that today the majority of our brothers in Venezuela are able to meet their basic needs. These are just a few examples of what your donations have accomplished in the steadfast spirit of our brotherhood. Your generosity is especially appreciated given the critical times we live in. There is no doubt Jehovah appreciates every single contribution, no matter the amount or method in which it is given. In fact, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 9 gives us this assurance. The generous person will be blessed, for he shares his food with the poor. This verse makes it clear that this blessing isn't based on the amount given, but on the generous spirit of the giver. We thank Jehovah God for your generosity and the joy it brings to you and to our brothers and sisters around the world.
So you need to set up automatic payments to Watchtower so that way they have the resources available to tell someone that if you eat an apple and you plant the seeds from that apple in the ground and you wait a decade, you'll have more apples. That is the current state of how the organization is run. They are telling witnesses proudly, give us money so we can give people very, very simple, obvious advice. I think, Watchtower, you're your biggest enemy. I have no idea like how you reach that level of ineptitude, but I find it really fascinating. And keep making more of these videos. Keep patting yourselves on the back for all that the organization does, because every single time it is the biggest own goal, and I find it hilarious. Anyway, that's about all I got to say for this one. Sorry I was completely out of power and internet for a couple of days, so missed a few uploads there, but we're back on track, back on schedule. And so, with all that being said, stay safe, be kind, and never forget that the true fountain of youth is curiosity. So be curious and go out and have a good-ass day.